Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making pasta in tomato sauce. If you'd like to see how this recipe is achieved, please keep watching. So into boiling water, I'll be adding table salt, and I'll also be adding vegetable oil to this. And then I'll be adding pasta. So my tripod is a bit bad, that's why I'm recording this way. So the video might be a little bit too close to the screen, but I hope you guys enjoy it despite this. So after cooking the pasta, next I'll be frying my chicken, which I'll be using for this recipe. I'm using 2 chicken thighs. I cut them into bits and marinated them with rosemary, thyme, curry, salt and pepper. And I'm just frying them until they're properly cooked. So I'm just giving them a good turn. So I'm turning them bit by bit to make sure they are properly cooked. So I think I cooked this for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure they are properly cooked. I can't emphasize that before taking them out of the gas. So next I checked on my pasta and you can see the pasta is cooked. So you want to just drain the pasta and don't throw away the pasta water because you'll be using it for this recipe. So after that you can see my chicken, they are looking golden brown in color, they're properly cooked. So I'm just putting them into a kitchen towel to drain off the excess oil before using it again for this recipe. So after that, I clean the pan, and into the pan I'm adding vegetable oil, yellow onion, and I'll also be adding spring onion to this. And then I'll be sauteing it for about 3 to 5 minutes to make sure they're properly cooked before adding the rest of the ingredients. If this is your first time visiting my channel, you're welcome. Please support me by subscribing to my channel as I upload new recipes every week. Thank you. After that, I'll be adding my tomato mix. That's a mix of tomatoes, scotch bonnet peppers, and onion blended together. So I'm just going to be cooking it for a while to make sure the moisture content in the pot is reduced before adding my spices. So next I'll be adding tomato puree. So I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of tomato puree to this recipe. And I'm just going to be mixing it together with the veggies in the pot. You can see the colors are already changing just by adding the tomato puree to the pot. So I'm just going to be mixing it together and make sure to cook it to reduce the moisture content, like I said, before adding the rest of the spices. Because see how good the tomato sauce is looking like. It's already having that reddish color just by adding the tomato puree. Next I'll be adding my spices. So first I'll be adding curry masala. I'm just drizzling it all over the tomatoes. And then I'll be adding ground ginger to this recipe, about a teaspoon of ground ginger, and I'll also be adding about a teaspoon of paprika to actually give it a little bit of redness as well. And then I'll be mixing it together to make sure the ingredients are properly mixed together with the spices. You can see the tomatoes in the pot, the moisture content has reduced, like I said, and it's actually looking good now. So I'll also be adding ground white pepper to this recipe, about a teaspoon of ground white pepper and more curry powder because I like the aroma it gives to the meal as well. And I'll also be adding thyme, about a teaspoon of thyme to this recipe. I'm just drizzling it all over. And now I'm going to give it a good mix to make sure they're properly combined with the rest of the ingredients in the pot. I also added 1 stock cube and mixed veggies. So this veggie is a combination of carrots, green peas, green beans, and sweet corn. I'm just going to be cooking them because you can cook from frozen. I've added them and cooking it directly. And also the pasta water that I said not to throw away. I'm just adding a little bit of the pasta water back into the recipe, and I'll be giving it a good mix to make sure it's properly cooked with the veggies and the ingredients in the pot. Then after that, I'll be adding the chicken. You can see the oil in the chicken are well soaked out by the kitchen towel. So I'm just adding it back into the recipe and I'll be giving it a good mix. So the chickens will be in all parts of the spaghetti when it's cooked together. That's why I chopped it into bits. So right now I'm just giving a good mix. And notice my pan was a little bit too small, so I removed some of the sauce into the bowl and I left a little bit, so I'll be frying them batch by batch. So this is the first batch of the spaghetti. I'm just mixing it with the tomato sauce. You can see how good this looks. It's already coming together. It's looking good. You can see the chicken, the veggies, the mixed veggies I have it, and this pasta just being thoroughly combined together, and you can see how yum that looks right now. So I came in for a closer view and oh my goodness, see how yum that looks. It looks good. It's combined with veggies, combined with chicken, and it has lots of ingredients in it and spice because I love spicy meals as well. So you can see how good this looks. So this is my pasta recipe in tomato sauce. I came in for a closer view and took a picture, and you can see how nice that looks. Thoroughly combined and properly looking good. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and thank you guys. Thank you.